All right. Hello and welcome. I'm testing a new setup, and my backdrop's going to be a lot different next time, but I'm testing out a new mic. So I wanted to get some feedback from you if my mic sounds better or is it too quiet or what have you. So give me a little feedback on that. I see I've got somebody watching right now. Thank you. Please say hello in the chat. And um, I've been away from going live and I'm intending to go back to it more often. All right. Thank you, Floodland. Thank you. All right. So good vibes, good vibes. That's nice. So a couple of things are going on. I just wanted to give you an update that part of the reason why I haven't been going live is because my on-court busyness has been so much. I in May I left the club that I was at and I started going out onto public courts and I was not prepared for how much more busy and successful I was going to be on public courts compared to the club. So, been dealing with a little bit of burnout, but every week, every day, I'm spending some more time writing Tennis Strategy 201. But I've had to push the deadline back on that a little bit. Um, the other project that's in the works is the complete guide to coaching team tennis that I created with David Smith. And the two of us are going to, I'm basically doing the video editing on that. It's an ongoing task. So hopefully both of those projects will be ready before Christmas. But that's a little quick update there. If you aren't aware, I am located in Oakland, California. And if you happen to be in the area and you want to get together, feel free to reach out to me. We can go get coffee or a frosty adult beverage. Or if you're interested in training with me directly, we can do that too. So I'm glad to know that this new mic setup works out. I just unmute mic. Unmute mic. I'm going to go away for a second and go to audio and I'm plugged back in again. All right, very good. So part of the fun of doing a live video is when something goes wrong for a second. I see I have 6 people watching. Thank you very much. So another interesting little piece of news is you're going to start to see some content in relation to the concept of apprehension and also in variability. So really quick kind of synopsis of where we're going to be heading with that is that apprehension is the mid to low brain skill sets that will really help you to learn to play tennis faster than the upper brain things. So one thing I see quite often with people who come out for a lesson for the first time and been trained by others is that they are analyzing too much. They are criticizing themselves too much. They're using subjective judgments, good shot, bad shot. They're trying to figure out what they did wrong. They also build little checklists in their mind of first do this, first do that. So there are a lot of different upper level brain skills that have been trained into people so well because of the way we do education, that need to be sort of not necessarily trained out, but what we need to do is get people to shift to the apprehension mode, not comprehension. So they don't have to understand with high level skill. What they have to do is learn to understand the flight of the ball and how do they get themselves to where they need to be to hit a great shot. So we're going to dig into that a lot more lately coming up. But then a new concept, and I have to credit Dave Fish, the Hall of Fame coach, former Harvard University men's coach, who's a very good friend, and I do appreciate him. Why he talks to me, I don't understand, but he recommended a book called How We Learn to Move by Rob Gray, who's a top guy. He's a PhD at Arizona State University. And so he tackles the idea that there is one true stroke, one true way to hit a shot. And really, there isn't. And there's a tremendous amount of variability between people, but even within a person, there's a tremendous amount of variability within anything that they do. And one of the prime examples was a blacksmith who strikes the hammer, strikes things, the same, seemingly the same way every time. But even when they found that someone's incredibly accurate with hitting the same place, the path to that place had more variability than what people expected. So, and there's a great quote from Rafael Nadal. I'm going to have to find that quote and read it all the way through. But, I think Rafa handled it incredibly well. Of course, he's such a smart guy, right? When he said that no two balls come the same way. And so essentially no two swings are the same. And, but what it is, it's about training this wide range of variability and then the decision making that goes with it about how are you going to hit this ball and how are you going to hit that ball. It reminds me of a quote from Kenda Hart, master tennis professional with both the USPTA and the PTR, and also a good friend. I'm very honored to be able to hang out with people like that. But Ken has often said through the years, every shot is a question. And so then now the solution is, do you have the answer to that question? Can you hit this slice? Can you hit that high ball? Can you hit this heavy topspin? Can you hit 120, 140 mile an hour serve? Can you hit a 67 mile an hour serve? Can you run and make a drop shot? So every shot is a question, and we want to be able to have all these different answers. And so variability is the name of the game, not training one true stroke. And so, the fascination with videos on the Roger Federer forehand, right? And they show one of them that he ever hit, but they don't show how one shot to the next, his forehand varies based on the fact that he had to move differently to the ball, or the ball came at a different speed, or it had a different amount of spin on it, blah, 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 all that stuff. So you get in a lot of instruction that's out there, you see this one instance. And then what people presume from that is, well, if I just learn how to make that one motion, then I'm going to have a forehand like Roger Federer. And I think we know that doesn't happen. But anyway, thank you for following along in my test here. One other thing to look forward to is that next week, Sterling Strother and I, Sterling from The Art of Winning, and he's partnered with Dan Travis in that. He and I are going to be talking about the brain science behind ADHD. And I think there are going to be some really good things that we can apply from that, from thinking about ADHD as it applies to tennis players, because no matter if somebody has ADHD or not, the topic of attention and concentration and the discipline of being able to manage that is a really important topic for good performance. So anyway, I'm back, and I hope to be doing live videos, multiple times a week. Took a pretty lengthy break there. So my goal is to be much more reliable with videos coming minimum 3 times a week, but I would like to get in a streak where I'm making a video every day, and we can, I'd love to see your comments, questions, and interact with people, because that's where the magic really happens. So, all right, thanks for taking a little bit of time with me to perform this test. And now I'm going to end the broadcast and go and listen back to see how it sounds. All right, thanks everybody. If you haven't already, please take a moment to subscribe and like and share. All right, thank you, Floodland. I wish I knew your name. It's a cool screen name that you have there. Handle. I need to get a new handle on mine. Oh, in fact, here, here's what I would like. If you have a suggestion for what my handle should be on YouTube, I would love to hear your suggestions, because there's a new thing happening where you can have a handle kind of like on Instagram or Twitter. So anyway, that's the news. Thanks for watching. Take care.